in the second quarter, 62 by half. I'm tired of this.
Well, Coach, give us your opinion of the game. What are your thoughts as far as you guys breaking out and coming out with a win?
I'm only worried about one thing. What's on the left-hand column? Did you win the game? We had guys playing positions today that never practiced that position once. So our game plan got diluted, obviously, because the one thing you don't want to do is give them a play. And after having the one hit us with the long one, then I just got out of everything and we played two defenses the rest of the way. We couldn't do a lot of things we had planned to do early because we just had guys that never practiced them. Besides that, they were playing positions they'd never played. So they stepped up and figured what they could do, and we just did as best we could and kept them out of the end zone, which we did. And I'm not a stat guy. I don't worry about one stat. Did you win the game? And I thought that they stepped up at the end in some big situations. They didn't have a lot of good luck today on some things, but they hung tough together as a team, and everybody hung tough on the sidelines, and I'm awful proud of that group today.
Part of the reason there was obviously 62 plays in the first half was because handoff, score.
Well, I'm a big fan of points. It doesn't bother me. I'd rather get the points and go back on the field.
So, Coach, take us inside a little bit of your job. How challenging, what did you do when you're putting guys in position that they've never played yet practiced?
Well, I think you know what happened to our linebacker depth today. Sacco doesn't play, and then Kenny's moving back inside, and Jalen's playing with Jack, and then when Kenny goes down, Jalen goes and plays the Mike, and he's never practiced. He just has a feel for it. So we tried to figure out what coverages he knew, and then we played the freshman today, Josh, and he gets in his first game ever. We couldn't even get him in a game where, we're leading by a lot, that we can get him in and get him used to getting in there. We had to throw him in the fire. And he did well, then he got hurt. So I think, my mindset was, I thought we were doing what we wanted to do early, and then as it started to snowball on us, there was just things you start scratching out because they didn't know it well enough. And I certainly wasn't going to give them a play. They were making enough plays on their own without, just giving them a big one. And like I said, I got a little nervous because when we go to the 1-3 deep call and they went over the top of us, we just hadn't practiced enough of that. So.
Can you explain it towards the end of the game, not the last drive, but the previous drive? You've gone through all this, the whole game, changing personnel. Game's on the line. Your young men still stepped up, and what that meant to you as a coach.
I'm awful proud of them because the one thing, when I say this, had to take a brave pill in a couple of those. We left some of those young guys out there on an island, and the one that was long there toward the end, he had it. I thought he had it, and that's when you swallow your breakfast starts to come up a little bit there. I don't eat breakfast, by the way, but anyway, that's the reason why. I thought the players just really hung in there tough. That's a lot of plays for guys, and I actually told some of them, I said, you're not coming out, so you're sticking it out the rest of the way.
Did you and Jim discuss the burning his red shirt in the game, or is that kind of a situation you're prepared for?
There wasn't anything. We had talked about it earlier. We just don't have any depth right now left at linebacker, and we had to do that. There's nothing else we could do, and I hope the young man gets back so we can get some plays out of him because he's going to be an awful fine player, and I'd hate to see him play 7, 8 plays, maybe more, 12 plays, and then pull a hamstring. So I hope he's okay. I don't know the extent of the injury.
Were they going with a little bit more tempo than you guys had seen? It seemed in a couple plays it was tough to get the defensive line
Yeah, I
set.
think I was a little disappointed. That's on me because I got to get them lined up fast. I don't ever blame the kids. I blame myself. I say this. I look in the mirror, not out the window, and I got to get the calls in faster. I tried to get us when we started getting hurt in a perfect defense, and that's not right. Just get the kids lined up and play. There's no perfect defense. So I think when I settled down, it helped them a lot. So I put that on me, getting lined up fast. And then we started to realize every time they were doing it was a run. So we had to get in that situation. It wasn't bad. Third down I think was 7 for 22 today. Not the end of the world. They overcame a lot of adversity, some penalties. We stop them, pass interference. We stop them, roughing the passer. Things of that nature. So, all in all, I thought the players, they played awful hard. I got to give them a lot of credit, and they fought through some things, the coaching included.
Colorado had success on the ground today. What do you attribute that to? Was it because guys were playing out of position, or because it was a little fatigue?
First of all, let me say this. Let me give them some credit. They had a good game plan before you start saying, they had a good game plan. They played hard. They played well. So I want to give them some credit on what they did, and not just say, well, because we had new guys playing. But some of our run fits obviously were not fitted up right, and not because we didn't practice them, because we had guys that had never had that played there. So there was some hiccups, as you might say, and we'll get back to work tomorrow and figure that out. Whoever's we got to play. I think Scotty White did a great job today, and Demetrius Martin did a great job when guys went down, getting guys ready to go into play. Angus McClure, those guys did a really good job getting guys settled down. We did some different things up front. We played left and right. So there's a lot of different things going on in the game today where those guys did a great job.
Gotcha. Thank you.